The tension between India and China's borders often raises and makes the situation worse between the two countries. The ongoing military tensions between China and India also pose a threat to life of nomads who have lived along the border for centuries. And this time the tension increased to the next level as China deployed killer robots along the border with India. Stay tuned with us until the end as we bring to you all the details of this new worry. Hello and welcome back to the channel. If you're here for the first time, don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon right next to it to never miss any video from our channel. Having said that, let's start today's video. Future wars will be different due to the robot warriors that the PLA installed at the Indo-China border. In terms of technology, the globe is in a transitional stage. Human activity is becoming less to guard borders. Instead, intelligent machines now serve this purpose. For further security, the barbed wire fences are equipped with extra devices including night vision cameras, 24-hour CCTVs and motion sensors. Non-traditional warfare is becoming more popular, and China took it a step further by using robots to monitor and protect its borders, sparking the start of a robotic war. Let's start from where it all started. China and India engaged in combat in September 2020 over a border dispute in a region, although the troops' standoff remained along the two countries' borders into 2021. 2 years ago, when 20 Indian and at least 4 Chinese soldiers were killed in a rare hand-to-hand battle in Ladakh's Galwan Valley, tensions along the line of actual control reached a climax. And now these robotic vehicles have reportedly been sent by China to the Tibet region in order to bolster its position. So the country sends out its army of killer robots to battle Indian forces as Chinese soldiers start to falter. These robots are monitoring Tibet's high-altitude regions while armed with machine guns. According to reports from India, China has begun to use armed robotic vehicles to navigate the terrain and altitude that have proven too challenging for its men. Numerous autonomous robotic vehicles that could transport both weapons and supplies were being dispatched to Tibet, with a majority of them being stationed in border areas where Chinese and Indian soldiers were engaged in a fight. The Sharp Claw and Mule 200 vehicles were purchased by the People's Liberation Army in 2014, however they have not been used extensively until recently. Between 120 and 300 mules have been sent by the Chinese military to Tibet, with the majority of them stationed close to the border. Now let's have a glance at these robotic vehicles. The compact tracked vehicle was the first one deployed at Airshow China 2014, and an updated model with various upgrades including a short-range electro-optical payload, machine vision and lighting suite was then displayed during Airshow China 2018. Developers claim that the Sharp Claw 1 is capable of operating independently. The fact that it can be equipped with a 7.62mm light machine gun may worry some people. This is actually a component of a dual system that also consists of a larger Sharp Claw 2 UGV, a 6x6 wheeled unmanned ground vehicle built for battlefield reconnaissance, patrolling, attack and transport operations in hazardous, filthy, boring and dull combat settings. Though this is not what is deployed by China. Ordnance Industry Science Technology, a publication based in China that covers the national defense industry, reported that the Mule 200 unmanned ground vehicle was also displayed by the Chinese private arms company Zhongtian Kong Technology Holdings Company at the Unmanned System Exhibition and Conference 2020 at Abu Dhabi. The Mule 200 is a medium-sized multifunctional crawler UGV that was created to provide close quarters fire while accompanying infantry troops and transporting supplies and ammunition. According to the report, the Mule 200 was created using a modular design concept and can switch loads for transport, reconnaissance, combat and communication relay for various missions. It was also noted that in contrast to most UGVs that leave payloads exposed, the Mule 200 can store them inside its armor to provide protection. The vehicle has a carrying capacity of 200 kilograms and weighs 500 kilograms in total. The Mule 200's 2 caterpillar tracks allow it to traverse a variety of terrain, according to the report. Its newly developed gasoline-electric hybrid engine also allows it to travel 50 kilometers farther than comparable UGVs and reach a top speed of 50 kilometers per hour. According to the research, the Mule 200 is regarded as technically advanced and to have outstanding performance, and the fact that it was built by a private rather than a state-owned business suggests that China has a high degree of technical proficiency in UGVs. Though it is worth mentioning, the development of autonomous weapon platforms continues despite repeated recommendations to do so from human rights organizations like Human Rights Watch, Amnesty International and Harvard Law School's International human rights clinic. According to a military specialist, China is preparing for the use of extensive unmanned weapon system operations in future conflicts. According to sources, the claw may be remotely controlled by operators and can also move independently. The Mule 200 can either act as an unmanned delivery vehicle or carry mounted guns as weapons. In Tibet, the PLA has stationed about 88 sharp claws, with 38 of them in the western region of the province near where the China and Indian soldiers continue to deadlock. The area where the vehicles may have deployed is characterized as being incredibly dry, far away, and mostly hostile. The region primarily acts as an entry point for a few trade routes that cross the desert. Furthermore, the VP-22 mine-resistant ambush-protected vehicle, which can enable troops to traverse challenging terrain or function as an ambulance, has also been deployed by the PLA. The majority of the allegedly 70 units dispatched to Tibet have also prioritized the western area. On the other hand, India claims it is evaluating its military readiness near the Chinese border and deploying more soldiers, artillery and IFVs to counter the communist buildup in reaction to the Chinese weapon platforms. But why are these robotic vehicles taking the ground? China has provided its soldiers with equipment that allows them to carry extra weight. Let us inform you that Chinese President Xi Jinping is finding it difficult to fulfill his ambition to capture Indian territory in eastern Ladakh. The Chinese soldiers are having trouble while looking at India in Ladakh. Many Chinese soldiers have perished due to the harsh conditions. Around 50,000 soldiers from the People's Liberation Army of China have been stationed along the line of actual control in eastern Ladakh. The Chinese soldiers are currently dying from the extreme cold and lack of oxygen in Ladakh. Chinese soldiers are being compelled by the authorities to stay stationed in the chilly winter along the border with India for the second consecutive year. Here the temperatures typically ranges from -20 to -40 degrees. They are having a lot of problems, which is why these robots are being used here. The Chinese army encountered similar difficulties last year as well. After that, the Dragon had to deploy 90% of its new recruits during the summer months because many of the former army's soldiers had severe cold-related injuries after being deployed in the cold. Furthermore, the PLA has also deployed the VP-22 mine-resistant ambush-protected vehicle MRAP, which transports troops across treacherous terrain in addition to the mobile sentry guns. According to reports, 70 units have been sent to Tibet's western region bordering India. The 21st century is moving towards unconventional warfare, particularly in the wake of the COVID-19 epidemic. Robots that operate wirelessly are known as the Sharp Claws and the Mules 200s, and they could pose a serious threat to India. The deployment of such robot soldiers along the border will reduce bilateral relations between China and India to a new low. Additionally, China aims to build weapons employing machine learning and artificial intelligence. Giving its military access to such autonomous weapons would give China an advantage in the field of international security. The communist government is gradually applying AI in defense applications, supporting command and decision-making, military deductions, defense equipment, and related applications to increase its military power. China released a new AI development plan in 2017 to promote its use in the PLA in order to make this a reality. Back then, several private companies including Huawei, Tencent, Alibaba and others were referred to as AI champions. The goal of replacing human scouts with AI robots is to decrease losses, but arming them with weapons and a lot of ammunition would currently disrupt how war is fought. The process of creating robot warriors must be cooperative and globally balanced. Due to the uncertainty, unreliability and enormous threats near the western border with China and soon beyond the eastern frontier, Indian forces may experience increased pressure. And here we're concluding. What do you think about this news? Do you think that a major geopolitical change is going to happen very soon because of using killer military robots along the border? Let us know in the comments. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please go and give it a like and share it with your friends. See you with another exciting video.